As I mentioned before, today's queef of the week is none other than Chris Harrison.
Queef of the week.
And that's from Matt's wife. It's Matt's wife with her own queef. Thank you, Matt's wife.
That Matt the Bachelor? Or different
No.
Matt?
This is just Matt who emailed his wife queefing.
Okay.
Not Matt the Bachelor. Is Matt a Bachelor?
Matt is the Bachelor.
Which season is that? There's probably been like 7 Matts, right?
Yeah, probably, but it's this current Matt.
So Black Matt.
Blachelor.
That's what they're calling it, the Blachelor?
Mm-hmm.
That seems right up the problematic alley that Chris Harrison has found himself in.
And here we go. Perfect segue.
So from what I understand,
Oh my gosh.
as a non-Bachelor watcher,
one
of the women, and I don't know, Rachael McCatell or something like that?
Kirkconnell. Something, I think that's right, but we
don't care about their last names.
Okay.
They don't even care about them on the show. They say Rachael K. Yeah, exactly. She's probably an interior designer. Do you know her occupation? They tell those usually.
She's like such a recent graduate that
she's like, my dad's rich. That's what they just put that in the rich dad.
I don't think she has. One of the girls says socialite.
That just means
Another
rich dad.
girl was queen. They're getting creative.
With a K?
No, with a Q.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Blachelor, we never know. So what's happened, because the African-American gentleman is the Bachelor and he is, courting women. One of the women was in one of these Southern sororities back in the day. And it's come to
only
light.
a couple years ago.
Well, yes, a couple of years ago. What does that mean? Like
2018, this surfaced.
Oh, my Lord.
That's not that long ago.
Well, it surfaced in 2018, but did it take place in 2018?
Yeah, I
guess you're right.
She's
young.
right out of college, so.
Now, were you in a sorority?
Sure was.
Was it one of these?
No. See, I was
ones?
in a sorority. I wasn't in a sorority in the South.
Yeah.
Which is very different. I went to UC Santa Barbara.
What was that sorority like?
I was just party.
Yeah, just partying?
Yeah, just party. Hot toddies.
Now, do you think you have to do the slave activities if you're in the South and you're in a sorority? Like, do they make you?
I don't think they make you. You don't have to go, for sure.
Well, you don't have to be a part of the sorority.
You don't have to be a part of the sorority, and you don't have to go to the event if you're uncomfortable.
Interesting.
This girl clearly was ignorant.
She was
didn't know what. I think she was just like, all my friends are doing it.
Right. That's my question about it. Really,
the
is
South. It's like the antebellum party, which
right. What does that mean, by the way? Because there's Lady Antebellum as a band that they changed their name to Lady A. Did you know
really?
that? Yeah, because Antebellum is racist. But why? Annie, why is it racist?
Why is what racist?
Antebellum. What does that mean?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Right?
Antebellum?
You didn't even care.
Nah. What is that? Is that
something
like
that white people are erasing from history, and I don't even know what it was. Can we give it a Google?
Yeah, I'll Google that, Chief. You got it.
Hell yeah, antebellum.
It's definitely like
it's a
representing
style of party.
the Old South. So they are like plantation owners.
So is it like a woman who owned a plantation, a person who owned a plantation? I don't know. But yes, they are. It's like a plantation party. They had a party at a plantation. And it was like they're dressed up as like plantation people. They didn't have like, black people in chains or anything like that. But still, it's a little problematic,
Well, it's because, and it doesn't look like there were any black people in the sorority.
Typically not, right?
Typically not.
Yeah.
So that's what the Rachael, who was the first black bachelorette, was interviewing Chris Harrison, and she said, what would I have represented at that party?
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. Like,
yeah, she would have been like the maid. That's what she would have been there and felt like that. You know what I mean? They would have been like, your outfit's a little off from the historical context. But yeah, so she brought Chris Harrison. This is where Chris Harrison becomes the queef of the week. Now, Chris Harrison has been the host of The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, The Bachelor in Paradise for how long? Since I was like a child.
Since 2000.
Since 2000.
Yeah.
So he's like Jeff Probst times 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know
Jeff Probst is the host of Survivor.
Oh, yes.
Because Jeff Probst only has Survivor. It's not like they did Survivor in Paradise. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Harrison is just working, racking up stacks on stacks on stacks. And then he goes on that extra show that you just mentioned, which they gave the first Black Bachelorette. They gave her she's a host of Extra. at this point.
Yeah.
So she had Chris Harrison on to talk about it. She's fantastic.
She's fantastic. Yeah.
And so she had Chris Harrison on, and when he came on, he defended this woman's antics, right?
It was so... Did you watch it?
I watched part of it.
Okay. It's 15 minutes of
I
him,
couldn't...
of him defending Rachael K. Like, I'm not the woke police. Like, you know, who am I to say this is wrong? And like, maybe it's wrong in 2021, but was it wrong in 2018?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. It especially was. If he was like, was it wrong in 1964? You'd be like, okay. But he said 2018.
Yeah, he said 2018, and it was so cringy. But so not only though, it's not just the sorority photo.
Right.
She's also been liking like Confederate flag posts.
Oh my God.
So he's defending this girl that shouldn't be defended.
It's not racist. It's a symbol.
She clearly doesn't.
That's
Either
my
she's
heritage.
racist or she really just has no clue. But all the girls on season 25 of The Bachelor all put out a statement besides Rachael K saying they do not agree with Chris Harrison and what he had to say.
Oh boy.
And like, we're standing together and we are defending Rachael, the extra interviewer.
All he had to do was just not talk about it.
All he had to say was, you know, I've actually done this in my head, what I would have said if I was Chris Harrison. He needed to say, listen, Rachael K hasn't said anything yet. I'm going to wait until she says something and then I'll decide what I think about it. And I'm just going to
You know what I say as Chris Harrison?
Okay, what?
I go, I've no comment on that at this time. You can field all those concerns to the producers. And then I'll go count my money.
Okay, also, Rachael asked him, there's two Rachels, so it's confusing, but the extra interviewer asked him, do you think Bachelor franchise needs to take ownership of this? And he said no.
Well, that's why. Why is he speaking for the Bachelor franchise?
He said, we can't just make everybody happy all the time. People are always upset with us, and we can't just say sorry for everything.
He's like, I already gave you a black Bachelor. What else am I supposed to do here? Is he an executive producer on the show?
He's gotta be, right?
Because he must be if he's speaking this way. If I'm a producer on the show, I'm not throwing my host to the wolves.
Yeah, he's gotta be.
He must have some ownership in it.
I think, okay, no spoilers, because I know everyone here watches, but I think Rachael K wins, and that's why he was defending her so much. It was so evident.
Well, that'll bring this whole operation to its knees if that's the case, right?
I think he chooses her. And that's why he's like trying really hard to make her sound good.
Okay, wait a minute. If he chooses her,
a racist,
and she's racist, and they fuck, did we just solve something? Is this the ultimate sowing of discord? I mean, it's...
I have a question. Would this be a deal breaker for you?
What's that? So a girl was racist?
Yeah.
Well, I'm white, so it would be a little different. She'd be like, she'd be like, I don't want to go there. There's a little too many
inner city blacks.
And I'd be like, whoa, how about you pump the brakes, lady? But if I was black and she was racist, I don't know how that would work out. You know what I mean? Like, clearly she must not be racist to be with it. Like, does she display any sort of disdain for this man?
No.
So then, like, my point is, how racist can she be?
Right.
But Chris Harrison didn't even point that fact out.
That's true. He could have said...
He could have been like, if she's so racist...
Listen, she's dating a black guy.
She's on television making out with him.
How could she be that racist?
Yeah, there must be some sort of ignorant maybe, but not
She did...
racist.
So Rachael K did come out with a... By the way, Bachelor is my like fantasy league sports thing.
Of course, that's why I wanted to discuss it with you.
She came out with a statement saying she's very ignorant and she is aware and she's going to work on it.
Yeah.
And she's so sorry.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
Yeah. That's basically, she just owned up to being extremely ignorant.
That's the best way to go. If you're like, if you get caught doing some racist shit, all you got to be is like, whoa, I'm just stupid.
Right.
I don't hate anybody. I'm just stupid and didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And
but do you know Chris Harrison is stepping down?
No, that's what I was. Yeah, I mean, he's lost his job.
Yeah.
Well, that's what makes me think that he is not. Now that I'm connecting the dots, it makes me think he has producer stakes in this show, in this franchise. Like he must have ownership in some capacity because he's going to he stepped down as opposed to getting fired. So he'll step aside, let someone else host, and he'll still make a little cake from being the producer. Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a gravy train that you don't just explode on the fucking tracks like that. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe he just blew his own life up like that.
I know.
And it didn't even have anything to do with him. It's not like he was caught in blackface. He was like just talking about some other shit.
And I have more tea to spill.
Spill it.
Okay, so Rachael, who interviewed him, she said that he just apologized because he started getting backlash. But the day after the interview, he messaged her and was like, hey, that was such a great interview. Thanks so much for doing that with me. I love that we can talk like this. And he was proud of his interview.
No, there's no doubt in my mind that he did that extra interview and thought, well, I squashed that one. Really nipped that one in the bud. He had no idea that he just flamed the problem. You know what I'm saying?
He thought he did a really good job and was super woke.